Is Stellar Lumens XLM in for a thrilling pump soon? I do think so, as this bull cycle continues, and of course, given that Bitcoin does not dump, I do think that XLM has some huge potential for this bull cycle. I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm seeing in the charts here and give you guys some price targets, some short-term price targets for Stellar Lumens, and see what could be going on in this market. Okay, let's take a look into Stellar Lumens here on this weekly time frame. I've talked about XLM here for quite some time, right? Talked about this falling wedge pattern with the price target to be about 60 cents here. Okay, Stellar Lumens have actually broken out quite some time ago before actually making this huge move, going all the way up to about 52 cents. Okay, what could XLM be doing right now? Well, it is hitting some resistance here. And how can you tell? It's because on the weekly time frame here, well, across any time frame, right? But on this time frame right now, you guys see that the previous rejection here was at about 50 cents from this green candle back in January of this year. It got rejected there. Why are these candles important? Because that's basically where traders like myself will consider taking profits because we see a possible pullback here that has happened, right? Um, and I would assume that other traders would look at it pretty similarly, right? As it has happened before, it could happen again. So I'm gonna take profits at these levels. So that's basically what I'm seeing here, right? It did get rejected at about that 52 cents level. And what could be doing right now is that it could be retracing to some moving averages that could be support, right? On this time frame here, on this daily time frame, it could be retreating back to the daily 21 SMA, currently at about 40 cents, which is the blue line here. It did have quite a bit of divergence on the daily time frame, which usually means that there's going to be a pullback, and we're seeing that right now. So this is going to be the next key support I'll be looking at for Stellar Lumens, and let's see what kind of bounce it gets there, right? Let's take a look into smaller time frame here. This is the hourly time frame where I see a falling wedge pattern. Okay, if it breaks out of this pattern to the upside, the price target would be about 46 cents. Okay, quite a bit of divergence on this time frame as well, including one right here, right? Comparing this hourly candle with this hourly candle, right? This low here versus that other low. That's bullish divergence usually tells you that there's going to be a reversal, and we're seeing that right now. Let's see if this reversal would be enough for Stellar Lumens to actually break out of this falling wedge pattern, which it usually does to the upside. Okay. Now, a lot of what I'm saying here is going to depend a lot on what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts dumping again, that could very much dump the altcoins as well. I did do a more detailed video on Bitcoin earlier today, so make sure you guys watch that because it's very important. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of what's going on in the Bitcoin chart to increase my probabilities of success. Okay. And I am long on Bitcoin and quite a bit of altcoins here. So my opinion on this market is still bullish. Of course, these are just my opinions and not financial advice. You got to do your own research. So this is basically what I'm seeing for Stellar Lumens so far. I also want to mention that if XLM is actually able to reclaim some of these resistance levels, first of all, it's going to be the 50 cents level on this weekly time frame. Okay. There's going to be other resistances on other time frames, but if we're talking about the weekly, it's going to be the 50 cents level. Reclaim that. And then the next key resistance zone would be about this zone right here, from anywhere from about the 60 cents zone right here. If it actually reclaims that level and comes back up here to about the 60 something cents, 65 cents, just to be safe, it could be forming a cup and handle pattern, and we can go from there. right? And the cup and handles are usually bullish, but it has not developed yet. We'll come back here if there's an update, and if enough, if you guys want to see it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.